Right then. So setup much improved from obviously the session we did the other week and stuff. Indoors, obviously being out here on a live environment on the grass, there's a bit more of a truer test of what you're going to get. The issue you had before, if I put a line down sort of the lead side of your body, as you go back here, now sometimes I got a little bit armsy and handsy taking the club away. As you came back through, your lower half now kind of pivots away from that, very sort of active with the lower half, as in your knees, and your top half and your hips are kind of going back that, which is going to create a lot of kind of pulling across the ball. The arms now, so you're getting quite away from the body. Your low point control is really going to be tough. So using that line as kind of a visual, just the hips kind of bumping into that and pivoting around a little bit more. So you feel like the lower half is moving towards target there. So you line things up nicely here, and then we finish, everything's a little bit more kind of in that lead line.
Didn't particularly move, but for me that was a bigger shift.
Oh god, yeah, that felt like you were going exactly. And that's when I was sort of stood behind, just sort of put my finger on your left and just sort of just guiding it this way. You're basically moving your pelvis around that right foot. Yeah, what a lot of people do when you say something rotate the hips, they just go and they just like the old dad dancing where the hips go backwards, or the left hip goes backwards, and that's going to create a lot of kind of over the top kind of swings. It makes it very hard to get the club down to the ball. So if you're taking it away with just arms and hands and then turning or just twisting your hips, you can't get the club down to the bottom of the ball. So then the knees, as we say, start chasing, and you start trying to drop the shoulder and all these other movements, which make it very tough. So if we can get that sort of nice lined up position here, it's a quality position there. Right shoulder, right hip, hands and club shaft. It felt to you like your hip was over here somewhere. We go and slided, but in reality, you're just pivoting around that front foot, finishing a bit more this way. And I say just practice that from a connection point of view. Now, it's hard to put an exact number on this, but sort of this length of swing, we look at it with the sand iron you've got there, I think it was probably 25, 30 yards, I reckon. Based on some of those shots there, you're getting a reasonable contact, okay? But there's a lot more control. The arms are kind of still hanging down here, whereas this one, like on the left, I say, just it's almost like you're trying to position it round here. And as we said, focus on the process of the shot. The outcome will be more delivered by what the body does, yeah? Not you think, oh, the club must finish here, I must swing it there. And try and position it perfectly. So, but very good, to be fair, mate. So some of the lies you're playing from there were not US Open lies, but there were some poor lies there. So body's taking the club away, you're pivoting on that right hip, getting things lined up a bit more, just keeping that weight for me. But otherwise, very, very good. Okay, buddy? Very good.